Hey, good afternoon, Facebook fans and WordPress lovers. Gary, we're back again. What this is about the what?
I lost count now. Who's Andrew? Who's Andrew? Right?
Yeah. So soon we forget. I think there's about a 12th. I think it's about our 12th Facebook Live in a row. So yeah, we're going all right.
Yeah.
Friday Live, Facebook with the WP Butler boys on the couch. And don't forget, WP Butler, Australia's home of WordPress. We're here to answer all your WordPress questions. And again, thank you so much. We love the fact that there's so many of you, as we say, playing along at home, sending in your questions and chiming in on our lives on a Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking a lot better and sounding a lot better this week than you did last week.
Yeah. I still got my tea.
Yeah. Bourbon. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I'll have to work on that. All right, jumping straight in.
Yeah, all right. Let's go. Let's
get this thing underway. All right, we've got Gabby from Perth asks, we have a WordPress website and an online store through an app called Equid. Is there a way we can integrate our online store with our WordPress website, or do we have to build our whole store again on WordPress? Wow, okay. Fire away.
I guess there's a couple of ways you could go about it. Equid, yes, I've heard of Equid before. It's not one I've really done a lot of work with, and I don't think in our time here it's been one
It's new to me.
Yeah, so not sure why you chose that. Maybe it was something that's recommended to you. However, WordPress being the amazing platform that it is, has the ability to use a plugin, surprise, surprise, to integrate a lot of these third-party e-commerce solutions and other solutions into your WordPress website. So I'm pretty sure there is a plugin for Equid to assist you with integrating your Equid store into your WordPress website. So you don't have to go and take your Equid store, whatever other platform you may be using, and pulling it all across into WordPress. So so the Equid platform does have a plugin. So start there if you haven't already. And a lot of these third-party e-commerce solutions have good documentation to help you with integrating it with WordPress. And on the other part of your question there about do you need to rebuild your site, I guess it depends. Rebuild your e-commerce site into your WordPress site. That I guess that's your choice at the end of the day. And if you've got a lot of products, if you've got hundreds and hundreds of products, you're probably very well invested in that e-commerce platform. Or perhaps you are looking to move on because you found another solution. And I guess in these instances, if you do have like a handful of products in your Equid store, you might want to take this opportunity to switch over to something that's a lot more integrated, like WooCommerce, which you probably have heard of. So there's a couple options there. I mean, if you've got a lot of products, it might be worth your while to just stay with Equid, or if you're like, you know what, I'm going to jump on the WooCommerce bandwagon, this might be that time to do that too. And all of the above we can assist you with if you're not feeling confident in setting up that plugin, or you want some help with integrating and moving your products across into WooCommerce. We can help you with that as well.
There's a great little service that we've used quite a number of times because there has been a real increase in customers coming across to WooCommerce, and we're doing a lot of those, aren't we? Migrations of stores, existing stores into the WooCommerce platform. And look, Automatic, since they've taken over, WooCommerce have done a fantastic job in building out that e-commerce platform to now, I think it is the #1 e-commerce platform on the planet, along with obviously its parent WordPress. But it's a great little service called Cart to Cart.
Oh, yes.
It'll do transfers from certain cart types into WooCommerce, and you can pretty much pick and choose which ones you want to transfer across to. But that's something that we're using quite often, and it'll pick up the entire data and migrate it across to you. Look, there are a couple of little idiosyncrasies with it.
It's not perfect.
It's far from perfect, but it's certainly, I suppose, breaks the back, doesn't it, on doing all that lifting manually on trying to transfer products across. And the big one I think we find with that is that it transfers customer data. And that's quite often what you lose when you shift from one cart software to another is you lose all your history and you lose your cart data. So if you want to have a crack at it yourself, by all means, go and have a look at Cart to Cart, C-A-R-T, the
number 2.
How do I do this on the screen? Number 2, cart.com, I believe, and have a look. It's a great little interface. You can key in which software you want to come from, and key in which software you want to go to, and it's got a pricing table and all that sort of stuff for you. So check out Cart to Cart. And also, if you are thinking about adding a store to your WordPress website, by all means, check out WooCommerce. Look, that's obviously we're biased.
Yeah.
We're biased.
Yeah.
We are a WooCommerce house here, so we know that little beastie inside and out. Check out wpbutler.com.au. We've got a page on there for just you folk for WooCommerce help, WooCommerce support. So check it out. If you need anything, just reach out to WP Butler at wpbutler.com.au. All right, thank you, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Haley from Byron Bay asks, we have a WordPress website that we sell online courses on. And we're using the LearnDash. Here's LearnDash again. We had a LearnDash question last week, didn't we? Using the LearnDash plugin to help with that. There's one course with a bunch of lessons we want to copy and make a few changes to and sell as another course. What's the best way to do this? What do you got? What do you got for Haley?
Okay. Well, it sounds like the course that you have, you want to use that as the foundation for the new course. So I'd recommend, if there isn't, depending on the content, if it's a lot of just text and images, you could quite easily just literally go and add a new course and copy and paste the content across if you want to do that. Or a plugin like Duplicate Post, Duplicate Page, I think Duplicate Post is the name of it. And with that pretty simple yet powerful plugin, it'll allow you to, once you've installed it and activated it, you'll be able to go into your course landing page within LearnDash, and when you hover over each of the line items, each of the courses, you'll see like a clone or a duplicate button. They each have different functions. Like duplicate they pretty much do the same thing, to be honest. Clone, I think duplicate, what that does is it'll duplicate the course or the post or the page, whatever thing you want to duplicate, and it'll set it up as a draft, so it'll auto draft it. And clone will literally do a copy and auto publish it, so, something along those lines. So yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty simple. You may be asking because you have a lot of lessons. Maybe you got a course with a lot of lessons, and then you're like, I don't want to do all this work. Well, yeah, this simple duplicate post plugin will help you with that. And then what you'll do is once you've duplicated that course, you'll need to go in and duplicate the lessons, and then reassign those duplicated lessons as lessons under that new course. I'm guessing you know how to do that because you've already set up your first course, but yeah, so hopefully that gives you something to get started there.
And that's exactly why, folks, we have a LearnDash expert on staff, because that went over my head. But I hope you got something out of that, Haley. Good luck. If you have any trouble, again, reach out to us here at WP Butler at wpbutler.com.au. There's online chat, there's a form, and there's a phone number on your screen to dial to talk to Geoff here. Yeah.
Me.
Well, probably you.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about it. I'm just going to pass you on to Geoff. Okay, Sandra from Sydney asks, parts of my website are broken and aren't loading properly. This has just started happening. My hosting provider said something recently about the PHP version of my server getting upgraded soon. So do you think that has anything to do with it?
I think you said it right there. It probably does.
Yep, you're on it.
And it's no surprise because we're partnered with WP Engine, and one of the things that they do with all their customers is they let them know when they're doing software updates. Just like recently, they're in the process of rolling out upgrading from version PHP 5 to 7.2. And yeah, so there have been a few speed bumps along the way, and just part of our process of going through and tending to those areas. And it sounds like your hosting provider, in that email that they sent out to you, mentioned something to do with your PHP upgrade. So there are, if parts, it sounds like your site's still online, and parts of it are broken. So there is a plugin you can install, courtesy of WP Engine as well, which is really great. It's called the PHP Compatibility Checker. install that, activate it, and then once you've done that, in the sidebar, I think it's under Tools, you'll see PHP compatibility checker. Go in there. It's pretty simple. It's like you just select PHP 7.2, that option, and then I think the default options is what you need, but just make sure the option to test on 7.2 is ticked, and then click the go button, and that might take a while. Depending on your hosting, it might take a while, and how many plugins you have activated as well, because it'll scan through all your active plugins, and then it'll spit out a report of like what's compatible with 7.2, what isn't. It doesn't suggest alternative plugins, so some of the things we've come across is, I can't remember all the plugins off the top of my head. There were so many, but there was some plugins that were like, oh, it's come up with an error. Okay, let's see if we can find an alternative to swap in with that so that we can move forward with the new version of PHP 7.2 with little to no impact. So that's a place to start. Like I said, if your site sounds like your site's still running, chuck that compatibility checker plugin on there, run the test, see what the report spits out. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. I mean, we're here if you have any questions around that. But that'll be the place to start. And your hosting provider may be able to temporarily drop your version of your account back to 5.6 or whatever it may be on. So whatever it may have been on, if you need to then go in and tend to some things. But moving forward, you will need to upgrade to 7.2 in terms of security and performance of your website. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's been a process that we here at WP Butler have been going through for about the last 6 months.
Oh well.
In preparation of the end of life announcements of 5.6 and 7, PHP 7. So I think one of the big lessons that we can share with folks out there: don't ignore the messages that come from your hosting provider. They're probably not the most interesting emails you're going to read in a day. And look, a large majority of them may even be going into your spam folder, but we're finding that we've fielded a lot of calls here at WP Butler in regards to this exact issue where PHP has been upgraded and the site just simply isn't in a state where it can actually function on the new PHP version. And it is absolutely 100% worth your while to upgrade to the latest version of PHP and move away from the deprecated versions. One for basically patches and security updates. They're not going to be continued. And also, secondly, the performance that you're going to get out of the new version of PHP is noticeable. So if you want more leads, you need more speed. One of our mantras here at WP Butler. So yeah, don't ignore those emails. Look, we know ourselves. We've sent emails out to our clients and advised them that the process, and sometimes you get a bit of a crickets. But look, yeah, please don't ignore those emails. And if you are finding you're having trouble with your PHP upgrade from your web host provider, please reach out to WP Butler at wpbutler.com.au and we can help you out. We've done it hundreds of times and many hundreds of times actually. So we know what we're doing there. So thank you. All right, Geoff, thank you. Hope that was helpful for you, Sandra. All right, couple of quick things now. That's the questions for this week. Mate, WordPress news. What do you got for us?
WordPress
What's going on in
news.
the world of WordPress?
Hot off the press. I like to follow WordFence. WordFence is a security plugin company.
One of our favourites, isn't it?
Yeah. So a lot of our
They do a good
clients,
job.
we recommend the WordFence plugin, and they've recently released a podcast. It seems to be a lot of people are jumping on the podcast wagon. But anyway, they've released a podcast called Think Like a Hacker. I think they've just released episode 2. And what they're doing is, doing interviews with people in the WordPress world, and they're talking about WordPress, funnily enough, security and innovations in the security space as well. It's pretty interesting. Go check it out, have a listen, and you could learn something. We learn something new every day. So
Absolutely, yeah. And that's one of those topics that you do need to keep abreast of. Security is not just for the geeks and the nerds, it's for everybody. Because again, as you've probably seen us talk about, just purely because you have a website makes you a target for hackers. Again, they're not after your valuable information most of the time. They're not after your customer data list. they're really after your server resources to send out malware, spyware, bulk emails. They're trying to spam people. And this is how DDoS attacks occur, where a network of hacked servers start sending out a high volume of requests and to particular sites, and they bring them down. So we still don't know what I caught up with the news yet. We still don't really know what happened with Facebook yesterday. So it went for a sleep for about 12 hours.
I didn't even know until Andrew did his post. Like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Andrew.
Good luck, Facebook. That didn't go unnoticed. You've only got a few users. They're in the 1 billion users.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, their customer support department. Good luck today, guys. Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. And finishing up, WP Butler host a WordPress meetup every month on the Wednesday, and this month it's on the 20th of March at North Lakes, and that is located at 4 Sibley Street at North Lakes. Proceedings kick off at 6 o'clock for a bit of networking and mingling and drinks and pizza, and the evening kicks off officially at 6:30 for presentations. We roll through to about 8 o'clock, where we sort of wrap things up and have a bit of networking at the end, and just have a bit of a chat about whatever's going on in the day of WordPress. So please, if you're local, and that's obviously in the Brisbane area, hey, feel free to come up from Adelaide, Perth.
Down from Harvey Bay. We have a few people actually come all the way down from Harvey Bay, which is awesome.
That is so true, we do, don't we?
Yeah.
We actually, there's quite a number of people that come down from the Sunshine Coast too. And look, that's about almost an hour's drive north. So love the dedication to the WordPress meetup that we have here. Got a great local community. And I suppose a big shout out to every WordPress meetup out there. Go and support your local meetups. They're a great place to learn. They're a great place to build your network, and you'll be surprised at the talent that is out there. I'm gobsmacked every time I go and present at these meetups. What people are in the room, and most importantly, what they're actually up to. There's some really great things going on out there, and you'd be surprised how WordPress is powering so many of these ventures, and how they're doing these things, and what plugins they're using, and their business models behind it. So get out there and go and check it out and support your local meetup. Mate, that's it.
Cool.
That's it for the news. We've got questions, we've got news, and we got our meetups in there. So that's everything checked off our list. Until next week, have a play around, but don't forget to take it back up. And
good advice.
Stay WordPress. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.